Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the most delectable Chupacabra man. And we're back for some more Astroneer, the game out on early access by System Era, which is possibly one of the funnest space exploration survival games that I have played in forever. So, when we last left off, I was filling this up with fuel, so that we could have plenty of copper, and basically I exchanged 8 fuel for 4 of the of this ore. So I'm gonna make sure I have enough room for all of it to fit here by taking off some of this aluminum and titanium, and we'll just let this thing do its thing. Alright, so we got plenty of copper now. In fact, that goes really quick, doesn't it? It looks like it gave us a partial thing of aluminum, too. That's weird. Well, anywho, while you were gone, I also went ahead and farmed up quite a bit of the old compound back in our murder hole, which will allow me to build on a storage container center thing here on the back of our truck, and hopefully this will allow us to very easily store crap. Is this all it does? It just four holes on either side? Is the idea that I put this up here? Oh, it is! Okay, that actually might be pretty cool. So in that case, I'm gonna grab up the rest of this compound, put it all back on this storage thing, and I'm gonna use that to create some more storage devices so that we can basically carry all the things with us. So that'd be pretty sweet. And because this is a rover, I'll be able to go over here and plug into this puppy and start driving around. Now, one of the tricky things about the vehicles in this game is that you drive forward, and forward is based upon the direction that your character is facing. So if I face backwards, that's forward now. It's not backward. Backwards will drive the cart forward, based upon where our chair is. So I always thought that was kind of funky. And I can also plug this puppy into the rest of the facility if I really want to. I don't really need to, though, so no biggie there. And what I'm gonna do, as I clear my throat a little bit, is I'm gonna unplug this puppy. I'm actually going to swap it out with the giant rack that's already on it. And I'm gonna use this to then produce a whole boatload more storage panels. And by a boatload, I mean probably no more than 3 or 4. Because that's all the compound that we've really got right now. Alright, that'll be that. And the other thing that's interesting about this is because I hooked a solar panel up to this rover, I can actually use it to power other things now that it's, like, hooked up and everything. And that's what this little cable hooked up to the front of it does. It either allows me to charge the rover from the main facility, or vice versa, charge the main facility via the rover, depending on which one's battery is currently filled up to max. So let's see, do I have enough to make one more? I need one more compound, which I have, sitting over here. And it's surprising how much of this stuff you end up needing in this game at seemingly random. So now we have this thing set up to be the ultimate storage truck. And this will allow us to go a-harvesting, which is going to be great. So that's pretty much set. I'm going to go ahead and steal this battery, because the main facility now has more than enough power. And I'm going to stick it on the ass of the rover. It might fall off, but I doubt it. At least I don't think it'll fall off. I hope it won't. Yep, there it goes. So now that the wind turbine's going, it'll fill up that battery on the ass. And you don't really need to do that, but that's just a good way of ensuring that even if it's like a particularly long night, you won't run out of energy. So with that out of the way, we need to build... I don't want to build a rover. Let's just build the frickin', the spaceship. And to do that, we need to equip this with copper. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of copper. That's aluminum. We don't need that over here. Let me just grab all that stuff up, and I will... What will I do with this stuff? That is a very good question. I guess I'll just deposit it over here at the printing machine. Because I have no reason to keep it. Like, I don't really have a use for the titanium, I don't think, unless... I can use the titanium to build a spare air tank, which I don't really need to do. I think that's really the only thing that it's good for. Like... I can build beacons, I can build wind vanes. Yeah, it's pretty much useless to me right now. Is there anything in the printer that needs it? Turbine, drill head, battery, generator, habitat, one-seater. Oh, I could build a winch. Well, I've never built a winch before. What's a winch do? I'm gonna guess that I can tether this to myself if I attach it to my truck, and that'll allow me to, like, dive down into big murder holes, and then pull myself back up. So I'm gonna stick that over here for right now, because I don't really need it. And then I'm gonna go back and get all that copper that I just produced. So let's have a see. Here we go. I only need 3 of them, thankfully. So I'll just grab that up and slap it into my backpack. Wait, was this copper? What was this? This was aluminum. I don't need the aluminum. So that can stay right here. And that should do her. And I'm gonna guess that this thing is going to require a metric ass ton of fuel to function. Like, just a ridiculous, heinous amount. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm building it, and it's gonna look amazing. Probably. I don't know. There's also the chance that it might explode or some shit. Alright, that... Yeah, it's basically just the same thing, just... fucking ginormous compared to everything else. So now I can put a single seat on it with compound, which I don't really want to put it there. Holy shit, I can put like a 3-seater on there. I can put a crane, I can put storage. You know what, let's put like a seat, let's put like a crane on it first. Which is gonna require the rest of my copper. Yeah, alright, that's fine. We can certainly do that. Let's equip my copper, and then this is what we're going to need to do if we want more. Is we're going to need to take this fuel and put it onto this exchange machine, which is basically, it flies up with fuel and exchanges fuel for material components. I guess in a lore capacity, this thing as it lifts off is just being sent to other space people to then be traded for materials, but I am not going to guess specifically on that mark. So let's see. Was there more copper here? Is this copper? This is copper. My copper supply is kind of all over Hell and Creation, so... You know, shit just kind of happens with that. Let's put that here. It'll autofill itself out. Now I can build a crane onto my murder machine. What the crane does for us, I am not sure. I'm sure it's good for construction or some shit. Or I can put something on the crane. So I guess we'll figure that out as we go. And that reminds me, I don't know if we ever went over how getting titanium works in this game. Because you can get like a boatload of titanium, and it's just this... It's this green material up here, but the thing that's weird is that you can't suck up these big crystals on the top here. Which is odd. But what you do is you suck down around this module, And there's these little green crystals of titanium under the soil that you're actually after as opposed to the rest of it. Which, I mean, it is what it is. It strikes me as slightly odd. Like, lithium works that way too. There's like a floating island of titanium. And I'm thinking that's mostly because it hasn't been, like, finished developed yet. So it's just kind of a little bit winky and hinky. Let's put a single seat on this thing, and that's gonna require 2 compound, of which I have absolutely none right now. So let's deposit this stuff over here. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll deposit that there. We do have a compound, but I don't... I'm actually... What am I gonna do with that? I could convert it into tethers. You can never ever have enough tethers in this game. So that's done. Let's just take this bad boy on a ride. Get your motor running. Ride out on the highway. Cruising for adventure and trying not to fall in a hole. And so this thing's nice because not only will it drive us where... Oh god, no. Okay, well. That thing is just keeping going. Can I drive you again? Nope. That's not gonna happen. Alright, so the rover's gravity is a questionable experience, to say the least. Okay. You can stop moving. Nope, stop it. Okay. Maybe should have waited till we're on a proper planet before I use this bad boy again, but it's whatever. I'm long since past the point of asking questions right now. At this point, shit is just happening and it's disturbing, and that's all I know. So back into the murder pit we go. Where we stop? Actually, I have a pretty good idea. It's where all the murdery plants are. That's probably where we'll stop. At least in the murder pit. And while we're here, I'm actually gonna suck up a little bit of the energy. And a little bit of energy, or a little bit of power, goes a really long way in this game, surprisingly. And, okay. That was alright. Yeah, so we're just gonna go over here, gonna get some more compound, and then after that, I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. You really don't need to in this game. Although, if you really wanted to min-max this bad boy, I suppose you could think fairly far ahead and be like, I'm gonna go do this machine that's gonna let me research this machine, and once I have this machine, then I'll go to the moon, but I won't go to the moon too early, because no one likes a party that starts too early, because then no one can get there before everyone else eats all the guac and the chips, and I think you catch part of my drift. We're just gonna suck up all of this compound. It takes a lot. Like, there's a lot in these walls on the moon, but you also need a metric fuck ton of it. So there you have it. Was that everything? Might have been everything in these walls. It's hard to say, because some of this stuff can be pretty buried. Alright, now I suddenly have way more of that shit than I will probably ever need. Well, the energy as opposed to the compound. And somewhere this direction is more murder things. Which I would just as soon kill before they kill me. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about, like, the gas pods in this game. Having some type of weird corrosive gas that penetrates a spacesuit that is pressurized. I'm not sure how that works. It works somehow. It's just my brain just is like all noping right out of that. Was that all the compound here? Could be. Why is my energy being filled by the base? And not my power in my backpack? I guess some of the things I'm experiencing are probably just bugs that happen exclusively because this is still a pretty alpha game. Like, pre-alpha even, as I've stipulated before. Okay, that's a murder cloud that I don't want to fuck with. Okay, you're dead. Whenever you hear the thwap of the thing getting oh god, there's some right here. The second you hear that swap as they get torn off their foundation, that's when you can have a relatively good idea that you've killed these plants. Unfortunately, there are an assload of these plants, so you just gotta take your time and kill all of them. So, very good. Okay. Come on, fucking die, you stupid thing. What is keeping you going? Okay. Sometimes, if digging them out doesn't work, you can build up on them, but it works about as well as you'd probably expect for this stage in the game's development. Again, there is just stuff in this game that's kinda borked, and there's not a lot that you're gonna do about it. Also, this is new. This thing looks fancy. Although, there's really not a lot of point in me taking too many of these plant tumors back up to the surface. Because, well, I've pretty much researched everything that this game has to offer for buildable technology for right now. So now I'm really just exploring and seeing what the different environments in this game have to offer me, as well as just building assloads of really cool science shit. But I'm really just waiting for a big update or content update so that they provide me with some more delicious juicy bacon to play around with. But since I've already built this thing, there's not a lot of stuff that I still need. I can pretty much just store all of this stuff on the car. Anything that I find will just go up into here, and we'll be more or less good to go. Now we've got a metric ass ton of this compound. And I suppose we can see if there's actually a planetary core at the core of this moon. Because I saw some other YouTuber just in the recommended section of YouTube, is because they saw that I was interested in Astroneer. They're just like, Larry, this guy went to the core of the planet. I'm like, I don't know that that's actually a thing. Because, you know, YouTubers have been known to make bullshit up for clickbait reasons. And I can't say that I blame them. Like, it can be tough to be a YouTuber in any capacity. Whether or not you do this as a bit of a hobby, or if you do this as your day job, it's a tough one out there. Like, you gotta be smart about what you make, where you advertise it, how you advertise it. Or else you'll kinda end up shit out of luck. So let's equip this stuff. And... well, where should we explore? We found this fancy-ass tumor. There does appear to be stuff in this area down here. Let's go way over here, because I see one of my tethers is back down in this corner. Was I able to dig any further down over here? Maybe. Let's just see how deep this bitch goes. We'll just dig, dig, dig. Diggy, diggy hole, as Simon from the Ogscast would say back when I still checked that out occasionally. And we'll just see where this magic murder adventure will take us. We might find another hidden cavern, like, way the fuck down there. And I think we've actually... yes! We have found another murder cavern! And there's coal! No shit, there is coal down here. So, you know what this means, guys. We are going to have to go deeper, but first, I need to make more tethers. Oh, I can't combine those two? That's shitty. But no, like, if there's coal, I want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Usually a rabbit's hole goes either into their colon or into their uterus, so... or a bladder, depending on the hole of the rabbit. So, I guess we'll find out the answers to this mystery next time. So don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and I'll catch you again next time for more Astroneer. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.